Alright traders, welcome back to this YouTube channel for today. So there is something I saw on USD JPY. There is something I saw on USD JPY in last week. Alright, so without much talk or doing too much, let me show you what I saw in USD JPY. Now this is the higher time frame. This is the higher time frame. What are you seeing here? An uptrend. Okay, this is a clear uptrend at this point. So it was right at this point when I saw something here. Look at this, guys. There is a demand zone at this point. So first of all, I spot out my demand zone just like this. I spot out my demand zone just like this at this point. So I zoomed in because that was at that last week. Price was at this point. All right, price was at this point. So this was a clear retracement, which is also a downtrend. All right, if you go down to the lower time frame, you will see that this is also a downtrend, but in the higher time frame, it is a retracement. I don't know if you're understanding something. So this was it, guys. This was what I saw here. First criteria, price is at our demand zone that we drew out on the higher time frame. I don't know if you remember, I drew out this demand zone on the higher time frame, this zone here. Price is at this zone now. So we are expecting a pullback. I don't know if you're understanding me. We are expecting a pullback at this point. So, and secondly, firstly, price is at our demand zone, and secondly, there is a fair value gap, a two fair value gap I saw close to this demand zone, which is right here and also right here. So I went ahead as spotting them out. As you can see, this trade has already played out, but I want to show you what I did. Okay, I want to show you what I did from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, so you can see how I took this beautiful trade. Okay, and also the second fair value gap right here, but I'm not using this second fair value gap because I want to I love playing it safe. Okay, I love playing it the safer way, so I will use the closest fair value gap, which is right here. All right, because I love swing trade so much. I love trading swing trade. I do love scalp trade also, but I do more of swing trade. Okay, so it takes a lot of patience to wait for price to give you what you want. Okay, so this is it. First of all, there is a fair value gap at this point. Second of all, price is at our demand zone. So now I'm waiting for a break of structure. I don't know why, I just love seeing a change in the market structure. So I was waiting a change of structure. At this point, I was waiting for a change of structure. Now, let's go down to the lower time frame. Let's look for our change of structure. All right, guys, so we are now in the 1 hour time frame. Okay, remember this was the fair value gap that I spotted out. So this is our target. Okay, this is our target. Now price is at our demand zone, which is right here, and I'm waiting for a change in market structure because that is my first criteria that the bulls have entered into the market. Okay, and right here, price was at this point, price was doing something like this, was giving us our lower high, our lower low, lower high, lower low. So I was waiting for a change in the market structure. I was waiting for a change in the market structure, which is right here. At this point, I'm waiting for price to break past that our last lower high, which is right here. So that was my first criteria, which is right here. Price broke past our last lower high at this point with a lot of liquidity, causing this fair value gap at this point. I don't know if you can see this. And secondly, price left us with a flip zone right here. Remember, don't ever take that buy or sell entry without you seeing your flip zone sweeping liquidity, because if you do that, you will get liquidated by the market and you will be the liquidity yourself. So you have to like spot out and understand, make sure you identify your flip zone clearly, okay? Because a lot of retail traders will fall victim for this, taking trade at this point, entering for their buy model at this point, and their stop loss below that point, and they will get liquidated by the market right here. So don't do this, okay? Don't be a victim of this. Wait for your flip zone to sweep liquidity before you take that beautiful entry, that beautiful trade. So right here, this was our flip zone. Secondly, our fair value gap. You are waiting for price to like come to at least 50% of our fair value gap. And thirdly, our premium and discount. I love this so much. I don't ever forget my premium and discount. It's good because it has helped me a lot in the way I trade. Our premium and discount. So this was how I identified this flip zone. Firstly, price has not traded into the 50% of our fair value gap. And secondly, price has not gotten to my discount yet. Okay, so this was why I didn't take the trade from this point. Alright, so I waited for the flip zone to sweep liquidity right here before I took the trade. So I entered for the buy entry. Immediately I saw this bullish engulfing candlestick. I entered for the trade at this point. Now I noticed something. My stop loss was too wide. Okay, it's not making sense for me to like have this kind of stop loss, and my take profit was right at the top of that fair value gap, which is right here. Now it's not making sense for my stop loss to be this wide, so I waited for a break of structure to the upside. I waited for a break of structure to the upside, which was right here at this point when price broke this high to the upside. So I moved my stop loss. Okay, I moved my stop loss to break even, and this was how it played out. As you can see, price hit my take profit at that point, right at that point. So I hope you have understand something from this video and how you trade. Okay, let me show you something also on the Euro USD. Let me show you what I did there quickly. All right, guys, so this was it. At this point, this was the trade. Now let me show you something I did before I entered for this trade. Let me show you something I did on the Euro USD quickly. This was a simple trade, by the way. So firstly, there was a clear strong demand zone at this point. At the first time price traded into it, and huge buy pressure entered at this point. Okay, the smart money took their buy entry from this point, making this a strong demand zone. And secondly, price is here again the second time, and at this time around, a huge buy pressure entered into the market, causing this huge move at this point. So I'm looking out for this demand zone because it's a very strong one. It's a very strong demand zone right here. So I spotted it out just like this. It was a very strong demand zone, and I was waiting for number one a retracement to this demand zone before I enter for the buy entry, and secondly an order block before that huge move. As you can see, this is a very strong buy pressure. As you can see clearly, only green candlestick is involved in this one move, no red candlestick. So this is a clear huge buy pressure at this point. Okay, it's a clear huge buying pressure at this point. So I spotted out my order block. Remember, your order block is that candle before the huge move, which is right here. I spotted out my order block right there. Now I was waiting for two things. Number one is that price will come to this demand zone, which is right here. Let me change the color so you can understand me better. Okay, firstly, price will come to this demand zone, and secondly, price will come to my order block, which is right here, before I take that trade. Okay, so here we are. Price did not trade into that demand zone. Price only came to the order block. Reason why I take this trade, because I was waiting for like price to come to my demand zone. But the reason why I entered for this trade at this point was that I saw an engulfing candlestick right here. So that's like number one confirmation that price will no longer come to this extreme demand zone. Okay, so I saw this engulfing candlestick, so I took out my buy entry and I placed my stop loss, because I was not so sure about this, because I expected price to come to my demand zone, so I was not so sure. So I placed my stop loss below this demand zone here, because I do not want story that touches the heart. Okay, I love playing it safe. All right, I love playing it safe, and this was it. At this point, there was a supply zone right here. I don't know if you are seeing this. There was a supply zone at this point. Right here, there was a supply zone. So I was targeting firstly this supply zone right here, and secondly this extreme supply zone. So I targeted this closed one because it's like the most safer one. Okay, I like playing it safe so much. I like playing it safe. So I spotted that out, my supply zone then. So I placed my take profits at that supply zone right there. And I waited just like I did on the USD JPY. I waited for a break of structure to the upside so I can move my stop loss, because my stop loss is so big. All right, it's so big because I placed my stop loss based on market structure. I don't place stop loss randomly. Okay, if you have been watching my video or if you have been trading with me, you will know that I don't place my stop loss randomly. Okay, I love placing my stop loss based on market structure, because that is the right thing to do. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Place your stop loss at the right place using your market structure. All right, so immediately I saw this break of structure to the upside, which is right here. Immediately I saw this break of structure right here to the upside. I moved my stop loss to break even, and as you can see, it was a beautiful trade. And this was all I did in this week and last week, and it's all played out well. All right, as you can see here, played out well. So I don't know if you have learned something from this video. I believe you have learned something from this video, because it's a very quick one. Okay, I try to explain everything briefly to make you understand and make you gain clarity in this forex industry. All right, so If I've did something, or if I've made you understand something, go ahead and give me that subscribe, and also like this video, and also share this video so that others will learn something from it. Okay, and also happy trading day and happy trading week.